Hi, I'm Gina. Today, I'm going to be walking you through how to build a document search app in Foundry. In our final state, users will be able to put in a search string, see a list of relevant chunks, and then click on a chunk to see where it came from in the document. Before we get started, a quick word from our founder.
Discover how Palantir customers unlock more value from Foundry and AIP thanks to our live instructor-led trainings. We are Ontologize, a group of former Palantir engineers who love teaching. We've trained thousands of Palantir users at leading organizations around the world. Unlock the full potential of your Palantir deployment by going to ontologize.com.
By the end of this exercise, you will build the following app. In this application, you type a question such as, I need to know about carburetor de-icing. In the results, I see the 10 most relevant chunks from the FAA or Federal Aviation Administration manual for training pilots. When I click on a specific chunk, it takes me to the section of the PDF where this chunk came from. This gives me the ability to search the document using more than just keyword search. This is a proper semantic search. Now that we've talked about what we're going to build, let's go do it. Before attempting the exercises in this video, go ahead and check out our Preparing PDFs for RAG Workflows video, which is available on this channel. Complete the exercises there if you haven't yet, and then you can come catch up and participate with this exercise. Or if you have some sort of other object type that represent chunks of a document corpus, you can always use that one too. Before we start building, we're going to go have a look at the object type that you should have and make sure it has all of the things that we're going to need to get this exercise done. To ensure that you've set up everything correctly from your work in the previous exercise, hit Ctrl-J and search for Ontology Manager. Once we're in Ontology Manager, you should have an object type called something like your name, FAA chunk. If you don't have that object type, feel free to go check out our previous YouTube video. Again, that's Preparing PDFs for RAG Workflows, available on this channel. Or if you have some other sort of chunk object type you want to use, you can always use that one. Here's what to look for to make sure that you're set up to succeed in this exercise. First, you have to have some sort of embedding property. That's going to allow us to find the relevant chunks of the document corpus. The second thing you must have is some sort of extracted text property. That's going to be a human readable text property, no embedding, just regular old human readable language. Once you've verified that you've had that, or you've located some sort of alternative object type to work with, let's go ahead and start building. From here, hit Ctrl-J and head into Workshop. Click on Workshop. From Workshop, hit Blank Module, and call this one FAA or Federal Aviation Administration Document Search App. Hit Browse to make sure that you're saving it in the right place. Save. Here we are in our blank application. Over here, we're going to have the user input text and search and see the resulting list of chunks. Over here, we're going to view the PDF where those chunks came from so that the users can see the information at the source level. Let's mock up the application and then we'll populate it. In this section, for aesthetic purposes, I'm going to delete the header on this section, then hit Add Widget, type in text input here. This is going to be the text input widget. Click on text input. If you like, instead of a single line, you can make this a text area. Let's put a label here. That's something that says, type your question. The string value, that stores the user input. Call this one user inputted question. Below the text input box, we're going to add an object list to display our results. Hit Split Section and click New Section below. It's pretty small, but we'll work on it. In that section, hit Add Widget, search for Object List. Click on Object List. Let's make it a little taller. Go to Display. Change the row height from flex with a parameter of 1 to 2. Or even 5. Next, we're going to configure the section where we view the PDF. We'll call this one View Source. Hit Add Widget, search for PDF, click on PDF Viewer. Click on it. This is our application. Let's fill out the pieces. First, the object list. The object list is going to display the top N most relevant chunks from our document, which in this case is the FAA Pilot Training Manual. Click on the widget. On the right, hit Select Object Set Variable. Hit New Object Set Variable. Call this one Relevant FAA Chunks. The starting object set here is Gina, or your name, FAA chunk. Hit select, or whatever object type you're working with that has both an embedding and a plain text property. Let's filter now. We're going to hit filter on a property, and here's the special thing about embedding properties. When you have an embedding property on an object type and you try to filter on that embedding, so click on embedding, by default, we get a k-nearest neighbor search. So Workshop knows that because this is an embedding property that we can do a k-nearest neighbor search, or in other words, find the top n closest vectors to the query in high-dimensional space. The query here is user-inputted question. The k value, we can keep this at 5. You can also try out 10. It just depends on what you need for your workflow. Once I've configured this, if I type a question like, what are the fundamentals of aeronautical decision-making, I'll see 5 resulting chunks that have to do with aeronautical decision-making. Some of them are more useful than others. We do have a table of contents here, which we probably aren't going to find our answers in. If you want to see more results here, you can always bump the k value up to something like 10 or 20. We have the results here, but they're not necessarily that useful on their own because they're a little hard to read in this object list format. What we're going to do is when the user clicks on an object in this object list, we're going to display the part of the PDF where that chunk came from in the PDF viewer. Click on PDF viewer, and we're going to configure that widget. The PDF viewer takes in an object set with a single object. Luckily, we have one. If you click Select Object Set Variable, you'll see an object set called Object List 1 Active Object. That object set represents the user selection from that object list. Notice that when I click on a record in the object list, it gets highlighted blue. That is the user selection. So over here, select object set variable, choose object list 1 active object. Next, we're going to choose the media reference property. The media reference property is media reference, which was configured when you built this object type. Since we've configured the media reference property, we now see a preview of the PDF. There's a problem though. Looking at the properties of our FAA chunk object, if I hit add property, you'll see I don't have a page number. I have extracted text, I have media item RAD, I have path, I have chunk number, but chunk number does not have meaning inherently to the PDF. It has meaning to us in that it's a core part of the data asset, but it doesn't actually mean anything to a PDF. The reason we don't have a page number is because that is an engineering decision that we made. We decided, instead of retaining the page number, to smash everything together into one big string and then chop it up into chunks for slightly more optimal chunking. We can still find where this text came from in the PDF because the PDF viewer widget allows us to customize the initial search. If you toggle this on, customizing the initial search allows us to fly to a page in the PDF based on a matching search term. To do this, we're going to click on Select String Variable, click on New String Variable, click on Object Property, And what we're going to do here is grab the extracted text property off the currently selected object from the object list. The object set is object list 1 active object. The object property is extracted text. Immediately, once I've configured this, it flies to the section of the page where this text came from. If I click on another one, this is the table of contents, not the most interesting, or another one here. It flies to that part of the page, which allows us to see exactly where this information came from. Of course, if you have a PDF locally, you can always do a Control or Command F and do keyword search on your PDF, but this takes us up a couple of steps above keyword search. Notice, for example, that not all of these resulting chunks reference aeronautical decision-making exactly. They reference things that are very closely related, like decision-making, ADM, which is an acronym for it, but the keyword itself is never mentioned. So if you need to take your document search a couple of steps above keyword search, this can be a great way to do it. And in the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to integrate an LLM into this workshop to get a summary of the returned information. Don't forget to hit save and publish. And if you want to admire your work in view mode, hit view. And we have our app. Thanks for watching. We hope you found this helpful. Let us know what you want to see next in the comments.